Okay, so this is the video that everyone is always waiting for, how to find vendors. Yes, vendors. So a lot of people that I know, and even when I was doing my research initially, would tell you to go to AliExpress, Alibaba to find hair vendors, and you can do that. But I actually found a way to streamline all of that, because technically even when you do that, you still have to come back to my way or make your way to my way. But I streamlined the process, and I actually found this more efficient than what people were saying, which is to go on Alibaba, AliExpress, and do your search that way. So what I did was I actually took my search to what? To Instagram. Yes, let me explain. So I know a lot of you follow like influencers, and you follow like companies that you probably buy your wigs from, or your weaves, whatever, you buy things from them, right? What I actually found was that a lot of vendors would sometimes make comments on the post. So I would actually click on vendors on those posts, and then those vendors would be following other vendors, and so that's how I kind of started my search in regards to finding a vendor. So I actually had a hair company that I followed. I would actually see vendors in their comments on the different threads or the feeds that they had, and I would go into that and click on the different vendors, and literally that's how I found my vendors. A lot of the vendors, actually 99.9% of the vendors that I had, I found through Instagram. And why I preferred them being on Instagram was because I was able to see feeds from them, and that's how I kind of figured out the legitimacy of a lot of the vendors that I dealt with, in regards to if you're on a page where you're seeing a vendor just having like Instagram photos of like different celebrities or whatever, those were kind of shady to me, because I wanted to see authenticity in regards to the company that I was dealing with. So a lot of the times, for legitimacy purposes, I wanted to see like, you know, like a building where the company was located. I wanted to see like the staff that was there. I wanted to see videos of like the hair in itself, like with them showing you pictures and videos and textures and what they had to offer. I wanted to see that they were, you know, on their feeds, like posting, you know, frequently. So those were the things I looked at. I looked at the comments that were in you know, on the videos and the posts that were posted. So I actually found a lot of my vendors on Instagram, and that made me feel comfortable, because I felt like I knew the company, because I saw that they had like a face out there, rather than me picking someone from Alibaba or from AliExpress. And that's how I found most of my vendors. Once I went through the feeds and felt like, okay, I can feel the texture of the hair, I can see what that looked like, I felt comfortable in regards to that, that's when I would reach out to them. And I did that through WhatsApp. So a lot of the conversation does take place on WhatsApp. You'll have to add them in your phone as a contact, and then you do your correspondence with them that way. But again, for me, I did not go through AliExpress, I did not go through Alibaba, I actually went through Instagram. And how I found a lot of my contacts in Instagram was through the following of major like wig brand companies that you have now, or influencers, and you would see vendors that would comment under their posts, and I would click on it and go into on their feed, and then I would go through their contacts and see other vendors. And that's literally how I found. And also with Instagram, it's the algorithm. Once you start doing a search, the algorithm then starts to flood your page with like a whole bunch of whatever it is that you're searching for. And that way, like, I constantly would see like different vendors, and I would click on it. So that's how technically I found the vendors, was through influencers that specifically dealt with hair, wigs, that type of industry, and then also like other major big corporations that you get wigs from. I would see the vendors that would post on there, and then I would click on them, review their page. If I liked it, looked into it further. If not, went into their contacts, looked at their comments for other vendors. And that's literally how the bandwagon and the train wagon went in regards to me finding a vendor. I know it seems really, really scary, and it's really challenging to know which one to go with, but your gut instincts will tell you like where you feel comfortable and where you don't feel comfortable. Again, a lot of the communication is done through WhatsApp, and you'll find a lot of the times too, because a lot of the vendors I use were from Asia, so some of them had a little bit of language barriers. So initially that shouldn't scare you, especially when you have a WhatsApp conversation with you, because obviously there is a language barrier. So I know some people might be like, oh, this feels off, but I found that a lot of them, they know how to speak, or I'm not sure if they're trying to use like a translation service, but you'll find like sometimes it's like the language is a bit off, but they communicate really clearly in regards to the details. And that's the most important part, the details of what you're trying to order, that they're communicating that they understand that, and they know the desires and what it is that you want. You have to make sure that you're very detailed with these individuals, like in regards to the length, the texture, you know, the density of what you're looking for, the type of lace that you're looking for. Be very specific in what it is that you're looking for. Again, a lot of the times they have pictures that you can, pictures that they will send to you, catalogs in regards to like their pricing, in regards to what they carry. So it does make it easier, especially when you're communicating with them on WhatsApp. I would make sure that you're finding a company that, in terms of how the time frame of how they interact with you, is pretty up to par. Because again, if you have clients, and especially if you're not ordering in like major batches and you're ordering as you go, you want to make sure that you're picking a vendor that, you know, that once you hit them up, they respond in an adequate time, because you have clients that are waiting for you, and I'm sure you have business turnaround times that you need to meet in regards to that. But again, this is a different way. I know a lot of people have not done it this way, but you got to try it this way, because this is how I was exposed to like a lot of different vendors. And again, for me, preferably, I liked the vendors that had an Instagram presence, because it made me feel safer. It made me feel, okay, like they're posting on, you know, they're posting quite often. I see Carol that I spoke to on WhatsApp from that company, you know, or whatever it might be, that is posting, and you see individuals, you see like where they might be stationed, you know, so Instagram gave me that comfortability in regards to my vendors. How do you know if they're a vendor? Some people might ask. When you're clicking on like a reel or video and you look at the comments, a lot of the vendors in their pictures will have some sort of a hair feature, so like a wig, bundles, or whatever the case might be, and you kind of know that they're a vendor, and based on the comment that they post, you know that they're a vendor. So it's very easy to, you know, to figure it out who's a vendor and who's not. Again, this might take some time. Again, you can always do the process of Alibaba and AliExpress. Guys, I hope this helped. If drop any comments down below, ask any questions. I will do my best to answer, whether it's below or maybe make a video in regards to it. Again, guys, good luck on this journey. There's so much more to come. I might even share some of the vendors that I used, and that's for you to decide if you want to proceed. But I think I might do other videos in regards to sharing that, pricing, just everything. Guys, stay tuned, subscribe, and let's be on this journey together.